And we go live with yet another episode of Dungeons and Dragons Rescue within Raxis. Last time, the party ventured further out from Raxis, exploring some of the hill domains to the northwest. They saved, potentially, the lives of two men who were fey-touched. Siegfried grew a spine at a strange moment. Someone learned that having a small little bird be the only thing up in the sky makes you a tempting target. And that you don't have to dive bomb when you can just poof it out of existence.
Oh, yeah.
And then they arrived, finally, at Ermom's Hill. Puzzles were solved. Paranoia was at its highest. Traps were sniffed out, which didn't exist. And a task was given. To make whole the corpse of Ermom Sophet, great dwarven hero. There were murals depicting his deeds, and among them was the dragon that they will eventually have to toil with, knowing that if they hold up his headband at any point in the open air, it will sniff it out. It will come to finish the job. So, keep that in mind. Especially when you're passing it between each other. You are sitting around outside Ermom Hill. Zarzul informed you that there were horse tracks leading up further north, towards the sheer bluffs and cliffs of a mountain range. Very straight edge, almost looks like it's been quarried. But also a bit of a tree line before there. And that's where we start. It is still a bright day. I mean, it's a grey sky, but the sun is still present. You don't feel it, but it's there. What do you guys choose to do?
The first thing is that I realize right now that I should have asked if the some of the attacks from that dragon could be considered magical in nature. Because if they are, we have on our wagon a pretty decent defensible position to crawl in case of a breath attack.
I will allow you to
I
roll...
can always...
Go on.
I was just going to say I'm going to be asking my mentor about that later, so... We can all sit down and talk to him if you want.
Well, let's see how I roll here, because I had this thought, so maybe I can figure it out myself.
I will let you roll Arcana, and... Well, yeah. Unless you guys can think of any other modifiers, it'll be a straight roll.
Zazzle will help with all the information he knows about dragons.
Zarzul tells you the sentence he knows. But you get advantage.
I think once we... Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess I can bring it up and then...
Yeah, you're a learned man. He is kind of instinctively linked. You know that a dragon's breath, despite being some sort of magical element, like they don't carry around vast sacks of flame or poison inside them, it's still not a spell. It's a different kind of drawing from the weave.
Oh yeah, it was more, since he was a special kind of dragon.
Well, that too, but also just in general, dragon breath is not counted as a spell.
Okay.
So, friends, are we in agreement? We give all this up and head off to Waterdeep?
No.
There's some dragons there. Thousands of them. Golden. Fit to be spent. But I'll have to get enough bits.
There's also undead that way.
Yeah. But I'll also need you guys to provide me the bits so I can actually buy the book.
We'll get the bits if we even make it there at that point. When it become relevant. But yeah, I think were we going to chase off follow the tracks? Did we take care of the...
To take care of the undead.
Yeah.
For fun, I'll remind you guys that Zarzul checked the tracks, but he could only see 60 feet in any direction. And he did it at the base of a hill.
I thought we were just following what the undead that Zarzul had went and sensed.
There's that too. They seem to be lining up. He knows that there is a great mass of something undead. I'm just going to point out that your scout can only see 60 feet in any direction. As you sit here at the front of Ermom's shrine, next to the broken statue and the one that likes a swig.
Well, let's head back down to our wagon.
Yeah,
Safely.
and my rope is still attached, so you
Yep.
should be able to just use that.
Easy enough, although getting it back will be a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be coming back here anyways at some point, aren't we?
Yeah, but rope might not be here when we get back.
True.
Rope's easy to find. You can even make it. Just sit down for a day, get the whole team together, and you'll be able to make about 4 or 5 feet. So, carefully you all descend down the rope, down the incredibly steep edifice, the obstacle that was to get to Ermom's shrine, where only those with sure feet can really make their way up. But you guys cheat. Typical bloody adventurers. You arrive back on the plains, grass extending outwards, many hills. No sign of a wagon,
Uh-oh.
because Droop
Well,
said
didn't he say-
he'd run off and hide it.
Yes, I was about to say he said he would park it over somewhere else.
Okay.
But another question, of course, is where did he hide it?
Zazzle will follow tracks. Wagon wheels should be easy enough to follow.
Yeah, it's no problem. Mainly because you know where to start. So you find the tracks easy enough, you see where he drove off. But then the tracks stop.
Because the wagon is there?
No, the tracks just stop. You do pick up, though, on the scent of horses. You do press your snout to the ground. You've got a feeling that this grass was rearranged by prestidigitation.
Oh,
yeah.
no!
Droop is learning. This is good.
I mean, obviously there's no point in him hiding it if he just leaves a trail to follow. But Zarzul, you're able to pick up on the scent of a horse. Well, Wolfgang certainly is. Although the scent also seems to stop after veering off to the right first, about 20 feet.
Oh, jeez. Who votes we should just call for Droop?
At this point, that might be a bad idea.
Did you say it was a bad idea or not a bad idea?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I don't like calling out in a random area where we know we've got people who probably aren't very pleasant, but... Anybody else have any better ideas?
What is around us? Is there like some trees going in the direction before it stopped, or?
Right now you're losing... There's a lot of blind angles caused by just a lot of the hills being about. Some of them quite small, some of them steep enough. So there's lots of little passages and all and alleyways. I mean, you had to take a winding trail to get here in the first place. And yeah, there's some small copse of trees. There's big outbreaks of shrubbery. There's a
Can
lot
I
of places to
whistle
get
for-
obscure.
Could I whistle from my horse?
You can give it a try.
Oh, sure, I'll whistle from my horse.
As Castalia puts the fingers in her mouth and breathes shrilly, you hear, "Ah, wait, don't do it." Oh, okay. First is Castalia's horse, followed by Droop in the wagon. Turns out he was actually quite nearby, but fully ensconced in a shrubbery that is still moving with him, and he's having to jump up and kick some of it away. Think I did well this time?
Excellent work, Droop.
You did. You did very well indeed.
Little shit got a 20 on a stealth roll. It's still a 17, but that's damn good. Apart from a bit of, plant life clinging to the wagon. Not in a strange way, just in it's been folded on, some branches have snapped. It all looks intact, everything seems to be there, including the horses.
Alright. Good job, Droop.
Thanks.
I think next time we should probably agree upon where you're going to hide next time. Just so we have an idea where you actually are, because you did a little too good job for us this time.
But what if one of you gets captured and spills?
Okay, just tell me then.
Okay.
What if you get captured and spill?
He won't.
Exactly.
And you can just see the unquestionable faith that Droop has in his eyes for Cornelius.
Well, shall we back on the road?
Yeah. Let's get going.
You're all so communicative.
To the north.
Are you gonna head north, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Are you gonna go left or right around Ermom Hill?
Well, what would be the difference?
Visibly, it doesn't look like there's any difference at all. Like, it just looks like you'll be able to get past and keep going north, no bother. The difference is what the DM knows, but the players don't.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's more like what we would, as such.
Only the left side has the Tarask. Whereas the right merely has Baphomet.
I just take a gold coin out of my pouch and flip it and go and go as we go left, as we go right.
Okay.
And it's tails.
Alright, you head on right. It's nice enough. Not a whole lot to see on this side. I mean, as you round about, you can actually see, well, maybe as Arzal even points it out, it's easy enough to see, though, the furrows in the tall wild grass of the hoofs. But just continue onwards. Up north. The land there gets a bit sort of shelved. There are some slopes and inclines in order to get up to them, but it goes past the gentle swooping hills and more onto breaks in the mantle. And as you look past, what Zarzal couldn't really tell is the massive trench, the depression in the grass. You can see it's mostly coming off from the left of the hill, but it also goes across the plain and then goes into the trees, where you can see quite a lot of trees have been splintered and broken around. There's a great gashing wound in the tree line further to the west. And to remind, the trench itself looked like it was wider than an ogre is tall. Possibly even more than the giant was, the Etten.
Let's try not to tick that off.
And so you continue northwards, knowing that you will eventually tick it off, because you're adventurers, right? This is what happens. This is how the world works. Luckily, you're in a big open area. You can see all around you that there is no lick of civilization. There's not even crumbled walls. No one else made a shrine here. But now and again, you start to see a few little bits. In fact, let's get a few perception rolls. Let's see who's picking up as I'm putting it down. Whoever feels that they've got their eyes out in the wagon. All right then. Rain and Costello, everyone's who pick up on. You can't see shit. You can only see 60 feet around you. It's Rain and Castellivo who pick up on. There's a few little scraps of evidence, but this isn't just a basic plane. This isn't untouched. Now and again, you can see breaks in the grass line. There's a few. He's not interested. There's a few breaks in the grass line and deep furrows, but they seem to be sort of distinctive shape, not plowed, but they have been carved out long ago, and the earth just never filled in again. There is the odd glint or two of metal, very small little bits dotted around in the distance. One actually quite close to Castellia's horse as you start to trundle on towards it, and you can see that it's a bit rusted, but there's still a little patch of shine on an old spearhead.
An old battlefield, perhaps?
It starts to look that way as you get further up north. You start to see that there are remnants of, well, there's bits that have been sort of dug out a little bit. They've mostly been filled in with grass, but as you get closer, you can see that the earth isn't there. It is a recession. Possibly campsites, maybe burial sites. Now and again, the horses and the wheels clink against something like an old helmet or maybe a well-rotted breastplate that's just breaking underneath the simple strain.
How much undead does Zarzul predict up here?
He predicted none here. All the undead he can feel is further up north. And it's getting closer as you guys are getting closer to it.
Wow.
So it's entirely possible that whoever our necromancer friend is coming here because of all these dead bodies to use as fodder.
As you crest up the first of the shelves, you see that is definitely the case because there is a lot of upturned earth. There's a lot of patches where the topsoil has just been pulled away. In fact, the whole place looks like it's been dug up by moles. There is very few patches of just simple grass.
So they're making an undead army with the bodies of an army that already fell. Brilliant.
It's cost effective. They're already trained. They've served.
How freshly dug does the ground seem to be?
I think that requires a nature roll from your nature specialist.
Okay. Zazzle readies himself.
Do you know dirt? Zarzul is aware of dirt as he feels it between his toes. But with a little assessment, a little bit of jogging around, because, again, there's some learned individuals here. One of them is very familiar with grave dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very and Cornelius is very familiar with vineyard dirt.
Yep, you're familiar with soil. Although, you're familiar with how fertile it is, how useful it is, how friable. That's a fun term. It's how easily soil breaks apart. How fine-grained it is. But jostling about the three of you, you get the feeling very recent, because one of you then points out, oh, it was raining a couple of days ago, and this is dry. This is not sodden or anything. You can still see all the marks clear in it. So pretty recent. Maybe a day and a half, possibly more.
Well, that might be fortuitous for us then. You might not have been able to resurrect a whole lot of them then. I would imagine it would take quite a time to bring back a lot of these corpses to life.
As you're inspecting the dirt, Zarzul, you do recognize a few simple marks. There were no tools used here. This was all hand dug. Although not by just a basic human hand. These had quite large, powerful fingers. Clawed.
I'm assuming skeletons was the ones doing the digging.
Oh no, the digits are too
Zombies
thick for that.
Oh, are these similar to the skeletons we ran into in the back where Rain's ex-boyfriend is?
I think he's saying that they are the same size as a Minotaur finger, for instance.
No. They're human-sized,
Oh, okay.
but they're not quite human.
But neither Minotaurs.
Wait,
but
are
they're
they
not human-sized.
kobolds?
Now, kobolds are small little creatures.
Okay, smaller. Okay.
Yes.
I was trying to think who has talon fingers.
And no, they don't look like the ones you saw because they, of course, the zombies had their fingers shredded and flayed until it was just the sharpened bone, so they would have been skinny and awkward. These, you can see that they've got full fingers and palms and flesh on them. From how the shape is consistent.
Okay, a little weird, but
If you want, I'll
Would
let
I
you roll
have-
nature.
Would I have an idea?
I'm gonna roll nature on what they might.
We'll see who knows. Highest one gets it. Who has the eureka moment? It's Zarzul.
He does.
Oh, wait, we're rolling nature?
No, it's just those two, because they're the undead experts. It's who
Okay.
can show the other up by getting it right. Just as Rain says ghoul, you shout out, ghouls!
Oh dear.
Look-
Siegfried hides a lot deeper into the shell.
All you can see are his knees downwards, coming out of it. How much air you got in there, Siegfried?
Not a lot.
That's a great start. So yeah, she figure reviews are dug about ghouls.
Well, that's an all familiar creature.
You're-
Can't say I'm exactly looking forward to meeting them again.
It's only been about a week, maybe a week and a half.
Well, also 6 months.
No, you fought them in the Ristra's crypt.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's also 6 months, so it's become familiar to us, the ghouls.
Especially Siegfried. You can see that there's another shelf of land, possibly one more, and then there's the copse of trees, there's the forest. And as you've drawn closer, you can see now that this mountain would be unscalable even to a dwarf. It is just sheer. Solid stone. It looks like it's just been risen out of the earth. Mountains, you know, they stand for a while, they face erosion, they face weather and wind. This looks unblemished. It is just sheets of stone. You don't see any crevices, you don't see any caves or anything in the surface, any pockmarks. It looks for all intents like a great wall.
Is there any tracks from where these ghouls went? So obviously they went somewhere with the bodies.
Give me survival. With advantage. You've got Wolfgang with you, you can sniff it. Yeah, 18. Oh yeah. They're able to tell that's... I mean, it was easy enough to pick up on the corpses that came out. There's definitely a lot of bone tracks. A lot of very spindly, gap-filled footprints. You also can spot that there's probably about 8 ghouls, maybe 9. And then there's 2 with boots on. One looks about, well, depending on his sort of, how intelligent Zarzul is, not very. One big, one shorter. don't seem wide.
Okay.
Then you also spot there's paw marks. They look like a house cat's but larger. By which I mean they're
Okay, so-
larger than your feet.
Too
Lar-
hard, but yeah, okay.
Yep, larger than the feet of the people around you. More akin to, well, also larger than a horse hoof.
Sounding good. Oh
Yep.
well. Hmm.
you-
So
And you can see clearly.
I'll let
Go on.
the rest of the party know which direction they went, and ask whether they wish to follow.
Yeah, it's all dead ahead into the trees. What you also see, though, is kind of weird in that all the skeleton tracks eventually converge into a single line and just keep walking.
Understandable. I think a single file makes it easy.
To hide their numbers.
Yes.
Of course,
Probably also to make it easier to carry all the corpses. They're probably 2 and 2.
Well, how much of a pain in the tuchus will it be to get the cart through?
As you-
I'm imagining basically impossible. We're gonna have to hide the card again.
Yeah.
As you're rolling
Hiding
up,
will
it
be
is
very important.
it is thick, untamed wilderness. It's going to be hard enough getting the party through there. A lot of thick, laid underbrush and snapping twigs.
How close are we to the undead?
Well, I'm assuming Zarzil gives us a little bit of a focus.
Yep, focus.
Trying to think now, relative size. Probably about 3/4 of a mile, half a mile. Not far at all, but you can't see through the forest.
Getting I get an idea of number.
You got a feeling there's about, well, you feel a bit confident in yourself because you then feel, there are about, well, you said secret to yourself, there's about 8 ghouls, there's actually 7. I feel there's about 7 ghouls. They're actually closer than any of the rest. Further on, you can feel a familiar presence of skeletons. Many skeletons.
Oh dear, we've got an army of skeletons.
Ugh.
And also a beast that's undead, but you're not familiar with it.
Oh joy again.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to see that before I can try and identify it.
And what time of day is it?
Well, the sun's past its highest point. It's not quite, well, it is already dipping, but it's not getting, the sky hasn't changed color yet. It's still pretty bright.
Namely, are we going to be able to get to whatever it is we don't want before nightfall?
Depends how quickly you get through the forest.
My main concern is I don't want to have to sleep in the forest because we're not going to be able to see anything that comes up on it.
Wait, that's what a tiny hut is for.
But then they can also see the tiny hut, and they just have to wait for it to not be a problem anymore.
Just a whole
And
army
they're
of
dead. They
skeletons
don't have to
outside it.
sleep. Open the window, shout for them to go away, close the window.
And all you can hear is the rattle.
Just press on, friend. Just deal with this threat.
Well, we should be able to make, even if it is a thick, even if it's a pretty thick growth, then we should be able to do like 3/4 of a mile. Like it's not impossible to make it before nightfall. But the question is whether or not we should then leave where we should leave the car.
Droop has a look around. Droop will use his perception to find a good hiding spot. As I bring up his sheet. Droop has a great idea of where to put it. Yeah, he says he can easily just, head into the woods a little bit in a different direction. He can't go deep into them, but he could get to prove a surface out of the clearing. That's easy enough.
Should we help him?
Zazel will help him quickly to hide the car.
Alright, you know what? Yeah. 22, pretty good. Because Droop was actually helping. Whenever Zarzul walks away, it's like the cart never existed. But that's the case of anything beyond 60 feet for him. To the rest of you, yeah, you know where it is, so it's pretty easy to pick it out, but, you look away, look back again, you can't immediately pick up on it.
All right. And I'm assuming that Popplesworth is also staying with the car.
Yes, Pufflesworth is not coming with us.
We're never going to get experience if you keep holding them back.
This is not a situation to bring up Pufflesworth. Besides, he will get experience with Droop on not getting caught.
Alright then. The forest and its dark domains lie before you. You can see that pretty much no natural light is really breaking through. There's the odd spear of it, but that is about it. It is dense. It's not just the trees, there's a thick moss clinging to all the branches. And you can see that waist high there's just mounds of dead branches, twigs, scraps of bushes that couldn't make it in time. It's dense.
How did the ghouls get through?
How did they?
Probably why they were doing that signal file thing.
Quite likely. Can I check the tracks where the ghouls and skeletons went to see if there's
You can.
they had an easier.
Give me a quick survival. By the way, has Siegfried come out of the shell yet?
Depends how being pried out of there yet.
I mean, they're willing to walk into a ghoul nest. Hey, yeah, you're able to spot it quick enough because when enough skeletons walk one path, the ground just feels it, and you can see off to the side. Yeah, there's that route they took in. You can just see it is a very narrow but carved straight, clear path into the forest.
Let's just follow them directly. They seem to have made.
Works for
Alright.
me.
Hey, come along, Siegfried.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I guess I pry myself out and follow in behind.
As you all start marching
Is that-
single file, I'm going to need a marching order.
Zazel will be in the front.
I'll be second.
It's a great
Watch
idea.
out, and it should be reasonably dark enough, so I'll pull back the hood a bit so I can have my vision a bit longer.
No, your vision is identical.
I'll be after rain, I guess.
Alright, where's Wolfgang here? Because this is purely single file.
Directly behind Zazel.
Yeah, I'll be behind Wolfgang then.
Okay, good. Who's behind Castalia?
Behind Castalia.
All
I'll
right.
be behind Castalia.
Careful of the tail. And Siegfried at the back. Right at the back.
Sounds like rear guard.
Yep.
Let's see here. As you start walking in, you start picking up on general lack of sound. I mean, you're making plenty. But real lack of animals.
I'm gonna stealth up a bit, just be careful, as it were.
By all means, everyone give it a try.
Oh dear.
Zarzul vanishes into the brambles.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah,
Wolfgang is not as well.
yeah, Rain keeps getting...
Bark, bark, bark!
Yeah, Zarzul is invisible, but behind him, Rain and Wolfgang are both having issues of scratchy brambles and gnarled branches just catching at the dress and fur. In Castalia's case, she's swishing her hips a little too much, getting into the dancer outfit, and her tail's bumping against really brittle twigs and branches and bushes. Now and again, a clump of moss coming off. It's not actually hers. Cornelius, you're doing pretty fine. Siegfried, you are under the impression that because you can't see anything, no one can see you too, and it's actually working. You are huddled down, close behind Cornelius. Very familiar from the first time you met Undead.
Rain has decided a dress is horribly impractical, and she has switched to leather pants and a leather jacket.
Alright. Castalia, you can see on her back, Lever Daddy emblazoned on the back of a jacket.
No. Just plain. She's decided that wandering into an undead thing with a giant symbol of Kellenborg might not be brilliant quite yet.
You never know, it might pay off in diplomacy. And on you continue to march. Let's see, what we got for passive perceptions? Anyone over 14?
I have 14.
I think I might be. It's just...
I'm 17, so.
Okay. Rain's slightly pointed ears are the first ones to pick it up. There's the sounds of chomping, of meat being torn, of devoration. Up ahead.
Immediately I hold my hand up and go, shh.
Zarzul continues to walk on, as he is in front of you.
Yeah, I've got 15 at best perception.
You hear it too. Siegfried, you definitely hear it. It is very familiar. It is just the ravenous chewings and mastications of beasts that are somewhat humanoid, but not.
We are close. They're just ahead.
And now I reveal a little bit of a map. There we go. Oh, need to be on the pointer. There we go, so you know where to focus.
Yep.
And you feel like they are over here. It is very dense, though, many trees in the way. And you are still just on this little narrow path. Let's see here, actually. Measurements. Okay. And if you're wondering, your ability to see out to the sides and all is very narrow. You're kind of seeing glimpses like that, and maybe a bit like this to the left of you. It is dense. Even with dark vision, it's just filled with detritus. Upside, this place would go up like a fucking tinderbox.
We'll call that Plan F.
For
For
fire.
fire.
Basically.
It burns down the whole town.
Just maybe the entire forest. Possibly
So what
carrying
you're s-
onwards.
So what you're saying is burning hands.
Or Flame Orb.
Flame orb. It's also a good one.
Now keep in mind,
That
you guys are also
fire
about half an
going.
hour into the forest.
Yep. Okay, so let us try and not use too much in the way of flames at this point, and carefully advance.
At this point, I'm trying to draw on my idea just to have a backup plan. If you're in that the protection hut, if the entire area is on fire, do you still burn?
No, you don't.
We are protected.
Okay, she's keeping that in mind.
However, the casting time is not one action.
Yeah.
Also, right now I don't have it prepared, so this has to be a ritual.
Oh no.
So I'm going to have to concentrate real fucking hard while the rest of the forest is burning.
How long can you guys fight off of your water skins?
Well, couldn't we set up the hut first, then start the fire?
You have to leave me back. Oh, yeah, you go.
Yeah, but it takes about an hour and 10 minutes for him to do it.
True.
Yeah, that's only going to be Plan B.
Are the ladies going to move up forward, or...?
Oops.
Thank you.
Ooh. Few of you hear it. Some of the chewing stops. As rain scraps and pulls her way through. Every footfall just seeming to find the worst spot. There's just crackles and
Yeah.
snaps no matter how she applies her weight.
They come.
I
They are
like
not
my mace.
friends.
You light your mace?
I like my mace.
Doo-ba-doo,
Oh, boy.
doo-ba-doo. That's gonna be initiative.
Uh,
What a surprise!
okay, that works. Although, I just want to point out that this is not really a good position we're all in.
No, it's not.
Well, I guess I'm putting on my laser hat. Oh, I'm going last.
I mean, not bad. You can sidle around each other at least. Nice, nice. Zarzul, your element of surprise was completely ruined by the bright, shining beacon behind you, snapping on every fucking bit of dried wood you have ever walked past.
Well, at that point, we were already done. They already knew we were.
And you know they're up here.
Yep.
However, they did get a bonus round.
Oh.
Because someone struck up a light. But you're hearing all kinds of wood snapping and breaking. You're seeing, like, the boughs of trees springing around. And you're catching a few glimpses of them. Best you can tell, they're spreading out.
Okay.
You got a feeling that some went this way, some went that way.
Alright, I'm going to advance forward to see if I can find anything. Yeah, there-ish, possibly. Might be able to see around the corner from there.
What you do see is that there's a clearing and a dead troll. With many pieces torn out of it.
Does it look dead, or dead regenerating?
From this distance, it looks dead.
Fuck.
Let's carve a bit more pathways out here. That's the problem. There's no good sort of maze built for maze map for a forest. But you can walk off the path. It's just it's going to be difficult terrain, and you're not going to see very far. Zarzul, meanwhile, can move as far as he wants because difficult terrain doesn't phase a ranger, but he's still not going to see very far because he's in the midst of it.
Okay. God damn it, I almost want to call for plan F at this point.
There's other letters in between them.
I know, but I don't see anything, so plan B isn't so good at this point either. Plan A is advanced.
Plan Fire would get rid of the troll.
That is what I'm thinking, yes.
It will also get rid of you guys. Those pesky adventurers solved by their own incompetence.
Not if we get him to put down the thing and then we hide. Only thing I'm worried about is from the card.
It takes an hour and 10 minutes, so that's well, a minute is is 10 rounds.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking.
So work that one out.
Okay, I'm going to advance just a little bit.
So let's expand a bit of a vision range around the person who is a bright shining beacon. You do see a bit more of a clearing. Let's see here. Hey, I got it almost right. And you can see two of them. One bigger and musclier. You know it as a ghast.
Joy. Oh, well, let's see. Let's whack the big one with something.
Alright, you have advantage. They don't know you're there. Well, that doesn't matter. So let's see here. So he dodges.
Fuck.
Yeah, he has to meet it or higher. Well, he knows you're there now.
Yep.
As he turns to look, and then turn his head a bit, and then lean across, and then go up on one foot a bit. He manages to spot this tail moving away from him. You blend in pretty well right now.
Yep, we got ghouls and the gas.
Is that it for Zarzul?
I think that's basically it for Zazzle.
Okay.
Quite possibly permanently. But never mind.
There's more cracking and snapping wood up to the north that's getting closer. Siegfried.
I am going to stealthily move past the rest of the team up to about there, and
Remember, it's difficult terrain, half movement. Or actually, no, correction. This path isn't. Sorry.
yeah, so I'm just moving up there, and I'm going to sign language encouragement to Castalia.
Castalia, you watch as he sneaks forward, then turns around, and apparently does the Batusi? But you feel encouraged.
just sneaking past and go, "You're gonna do great."
As he just walks past with tears streaming down his eyes, but he's got the thumbs up.
Look, Spy
This I
saying,
don't.
"You're all gonna do great." And as he walks, starts humming the funeral march.
You've got this, I don't.
I guess I can use a ready action here still as well.
Yeah, you still got
Not
your
just-
action.
Yeah, I'll just have a ready action then.
What are you readying?
Crossbow.
Okay. Crossbow for when you see anything. Well, Miss Lightbulb, it's your turn.
Miss Lightbulb is moving up here.
Okay, so she walks up, holding her bright shining beacon to the two stealthiest members of the team,
Yes. Yep.
keeping them completely
that-
exposed.
Yep. That is the idea. Oh shit! Is there anything I got? Oh yeah, there are some shit I can do. That would be. I'm going to help Siegfried.
Now, you know that's in your case, the help action will just mean that you're helping him on whatever he does while he's standing here.
Oh no, I'm using guidance.
Okay, guidance is different, yeah. Very useful cantrip.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Just remember, it's only for ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for attack rolls. Wolfgang. Wolfgang is also not under the issue of difficult terrain. He's a wolf.
Yep.
But
Going
also it's
to
just a benefit
move
given
up.
to the ranger anyway.
And lurk in here, waiting for anything to come by. And in that case, I bite the hell out of it.
I should make sure to leave a little tunnel here. Yeah, okay. Cornelius.
I thought they were...
Hmm?
No worries.
No, it's not revealing him to them. It's just this is his range you can see right now.
Yeah, just gonna move up here, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself,
That's a good move.
and that's my turn.
Yes.
Because I can't reach any further up to actually start flinging spells otherwise.
Wolfgang and Zarzul definitely hear something approaching from this side.
Oh dear. We're incoming.
Another one from the north. Another from the left. This one breaks the tree line. He will have cover, though, if you choose to shoot Siegfried.
No, I just hold it off at the moment. I'm still technically hidden, I
Okay.
believe.
Then he dives back into the tree line. This one comes over here to check on the thing it saw run away. He is now pretty out in the open. Siegfried, he is now pretty out in the open.
Okay. Time to do something stupid.
How's it stupid? You have advantage. That's a good, solid strike. Oh. And with that, you just lodge it right in the forehead and it topples back on. It's definitely dead. So that's good to know. There was no complications, no issues. It just died the moment you pulled the trigger. This
One
one
thing going right.
leaps into the tree line. Castalia. Let's expand this vision out a bit more, leaving the lines on to show you where the difficult terrain begins.
I move forward to at least keep together, I guess, for now. This
Yeah, I guess I'm just going to be at the battle system I rework.
and I guess I'll ready Eldritch Blast for if something threatens our teammates.
Alrighty. Zarzul.
Okay. Zarzul's gonna move a bit further north to here. Have a quick glance at the troll and see if it's regenerating.
It actually looks to be festering. There is like a strange green haze coming off it. You can see scraps of flesh are sloughing off it.
That's almost more worrying. Fuck. God damn it. Hang on.
Yeah, I would say you moved up that far. You'll be able to make out this one clinging to one of the trees. He's scrabbled up pretty damn well.
Ooh, okay. And do I get the hint of being possible to read? Am I right? I see the edge of a token, just a few spaces to the right.
Yeah, you can't really make him out. Big, dense
Okay.
thicket.
Would I have a clear shot at the one in the tree up to the
Pretty
north
clear,
there?
yeah.
Okay, I'll do that then for the moment.
What was the coin flip about?
Whether I unsling the crossbow and fire a firebolt and fire.
Well, that was your
arrow
original
that
plan.
does.
You really should consider it.
I know. I did though, but I rolled a 2, which was not.
He could have just killed you all. Even Castalia with her fire resistance would not be able to get out in time.
Well, I don't know. I'm at the back.
Yep. But I mean, how dangerous could a blaze really be? Maybe you'll have a fun go.
I also have
How
to-
many times can I use Prender's Boot?
It'll be a horrible thing because you go into the theater while I'm still on fire. And then you have to walk and realize where you're going to walk to is still on fire. You get bonus damage for hitting undead, yeah?
Oh yeah, there's another 2 damage to that.
So 10. A good solid lodging of stone for its chest. It's just a spike of earth that has impaled it and lodged there. It's wounded, but not out. Is that it?
At this point, yes.
Good, because its turn, it wants revenge. It's going to leap. Okay then.
Doesn't that proc my action though?
It does, but it's up to you to also say that. To keep aware of what you're doing. It will have cover though, because there are 3 full-size people in front of you. So it'll have a slightly boosted AC, but it's not like these guys are tough-hided or wearing armor. And you also have advantage because of Siegfried.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Might as well prevent early damage while I can.
Yeah.
Let's see. Pew.
It's a solid hit.
Ooh.
You also get your Overbeam. I don't think that won't be an advantage though.
Oh.
It's just your
Then,
first. It's just the first attack, isn't it, Siegfried?
I believe it's only the first.
Yeah.
Alright, so
13 sadly would have hit it normally, but it just smashes apart one of the branches. It's a good solid hit though. Brings it close to death. But with troll meat dripping from its face, It tries to strike out at Zarzul. Does a 17 hit? Webgun? He just get disconnected?
No, he's.
No, that would.
Okay. And then one for claws. Nope. Both miss. And it tries to lurch away. Alright then. You could have an attack of opportunity if you want. It'll be with your fist.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Do I have a...
Just roll a d20 plus your strength.
So just roll a d20. Cool.
D20 plus your strength. That's a hit. You do 1 damage. As you just deck him in the thigh. Siegfried.
Oh. How much of a shot would I have on that ghoul that's already...
If you move up a few steps, it'll be an easy shot.
I don't have advantage at the moment, do I?
Nope. But it doesn't matter. But, like, even the punch by the kobold seems to have really taken it out of it.
Yeah.
You would not be able to fail to kill it as long as you hit it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to put away my crossbow and take out one short sword. And I'm going to move up. And I'm going to shank it.
Good.
And that one.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
And you eviscerate it. Maybe it's therapeutic. Maybe it's just something you've always wanted to keep doing after they've nearly eaten you. But you drive it in, you feel like you know where to point. And you just drive it through whatever maybe's in the chest cavity that's pumping it with blood. And it falls. 2 for 2, Siegfried.
I'm going to take a step back. And I'm going to try to use my bonus action to hide. Can I do that or not? I can't remember.
Okay. I'm going to point out you're going to try and hide in the cleared path.
Okay. I don't think... Oh... And take a couple of steps back and hide, kind of sidle into the shrubbery, I guess.
Yeah, again, this straight line is all the cleared bit. It's the sides that are the actual shrubbery.
So there.
Yeah, or here, for example. Because you can't really see that token. Yeah, you're invisible right now.
I
Rain.
believe I'm invisible at the moment.
Yep. You're pretty sure as you get into the fetal position, just sort of roll into the undergrowth.
Loop.
Alright, the shining beacon reveals even more. For one thing, it reveals Siegfried again. As it has consistently done. And that's about it. There's a lot of these here solid bits here of a tree trunks, really.
Alright, so our new friend.
Just reveals Siegfried a little bit more there.
Our new friend will have a bad day.
Yep, even with the bonus he got to AC from the cover, he is blasted and now he is shining brightly. And also thoroughly injured. Congrats, it actually hit. It's been quite a few battles since that happened.
Yeah, I know. I decided exploding chicken was a bad idea.
So you all's got
So
those
I'm
backup
quite-
characters created, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Used to. I need to go and recreate it, seeing as I lost my always hard drive the other.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be. What you got to follow
Apparently
up
now
on?
I've got a Goliath instead of a kobold coming next, so I've got to recreate mine as well.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the rain is falling. So, anything else for your turn, Rain?
No, I'm content to stay there. I'm a little bit more tanky than Zarzul.
Wolfgang, nothing approach to be bitten.
So he's going to find
Oh, cutting out, but that works.
one.
And Wolfgang just bites down at the knee, starts tearing free, as the ghoul topples and then goes for the throat. Siegfried, it is horrible to watch this wolf just shred a ghoul because, you know, you're just seeing all the
right.
flecks of flesh and blood coming off its mouth. He's not a dog. You realize that.
Yep.
He's not a dog. Both of them seem to be cutting out. Or is it me? Nope, I've still got good signal.
Yeah. But they might. No.
Odd saying I should do as well, but you know.
Cornelius,
Yes.
you
Oh.
know that there's still some to the left somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Also, because rain moved, there is less light being cast.
But I'm not entirely comfortable about also just leaving Castalia here to be absolutely surrounded.
I'm planning to move up, so if you want to go ahead, that's fine.
Yeah, but if you see the initiative list here,
Which does
it's gonna
not
take
exist.
quite a while.
Like to remind you, that is meta knowledge.
So I'm just gonna move a little bit forward and kind of carefully looking from side to side. And
If you're gonna play that
will.
card, hang on a second. Hang on. There we go. Now we got. Now, Cornelius, you can see where your turn comes in. There we go. Back up in place. So you're gonna move forward a bit.
yeah, well, more like it in the sense that I just know there's things around me, so I'm just gonna move up carefully.
At least you've heard
And-
nothing rustling from the right.
And let's see, what would be a good thing to. I'm just gonna ready a ray of frost.
Okay then. Alright, this one. I'm just gonna do a quick little perception check. And walks past. Cornelius, you see to your left some of the underbrush just start to rustle and shake for a second. And then you watch as it passes you by further south. Something was there. Okay, that one's dead. Remove him from a tracker there, please. Roll 20. This one, however. From the undergrowth, Castalia, a ghoul bursts out. Cornelius, you do get your Ray of Frost, but also it's going to be an athletics check.
For me, I cut it. Castalia.
Castalia. Well, it's trying to grapple you, so you can use athletics or dexterity or acrobatics. So it's trying to grab you. And it succeeds.
What kind of a cover is it? Is it getting?
It'll just be getting partial cover, so it'll still be. It's basically a +2.
Nope, it will not because I have spell sniper. I ignore 3/4 and half cover.
Then why did you ask?
Because if it's full cover, I don't get to ignore it. That's why I asked.
Well, I mean, it is pretty much covered by Castalia, but I'm sure you'd shoot for her anyway. Yeah, it takes the hit. It gets very cold, and you can actually see where it's grabbed Castalia because of the freezing effect of a ray of frost. Is actually frozen parts of the water covering her, but it still gets to move a little bit. 1 square, in fact.
Yeah, because I also get to half a move. It's Rare Frost reduces movement.
Yep, and Castalia disappears into the shrubbery. Alright, this one is dead. Remove him from initiative. This one, there's still some rustling in this general vicinity. And also, the troll stirs and rises up, fetid, rotting flesh dropping from it. But it looks vital. It looks alive. It also rolled shit on its initiative. But hey, it's 14. It's not bad. It looks around blearily for a second, then spots something that's made of meat. So it's going to swipe at the half-elf. Well, correction, it's going to bite the half-elf. And you can just see that as this thing walks towards you, there is just great exposed bits of it. There are chunks of bone, there's muscle tissue, and some of it's just falling aside. Hey, that's a hit.
Yeah, it is.
As it just chomps down on your shoulder, narrowly missing your neck for 6 piercing and 14 necrotic, as just this surge of a horrible grey haze around it seeps into the wounds.
Is this an undead troll?
You don't know. It feels like it's enjoying eating you. Take that as you may. It's also going to try and tear a chunk off you with its claws.
Dang!
It's 14 slashing and 4 necrotic as it just... While it's still biting onto you, it just sort of grabs your other shoulder and just pulls down, tearing with its claws down.
He needs to not roll so well.
Yep. And then it's got one final attack as it tries to backhand Zarzul. But misses. Because it's trying to backhand something that's human-sized. And just swings wide. Also, Zarzul and Rain, you take, Jesus, 15 points of necrotic damage as the green haze just oozes around it in a 5 feet vicinity.
Oh, great. It has power farts. Oh, wait, no. It has damage aura, not power farts.
It's called Rancid Degeneration.
Is Castalia alive?
Casali's alive.
Or because I mean, is Rain alive?
Who cares?
Barely. I've got 7 HP left.
But you don't know that.
I just know that I hurt a lot.
Anyway, that's its turn. Meanwhile, Castalia, the bigger ghoul thing, approaches alongside its friend. Luckily, it doesn't get advantage or anything. You need a feat for that. Where did I put his moves? So first he's going to try to bite. 19 hit?
Yep.
Ooh, 16 piercing. Nasty. And then 1 claw attack.
Which he doesn't get.
Hmm?
Which he doesn't get.
Oh, is it 17 not hit? Oh. Hellish Rebuke.
Actually, no. Not doing that.
What are you doing?
Getting paralyzed.
Well, no, the first hit. Are you going to do Hellish Rebuke on that?
No, because I just remembered we're still in Tinder.
To be fair, it's specific to the spell if it sets the area on fire. Hellish Rebuke just burns them.
Then yeah.
Just
I'll
like
go with
Firebolt wouldn't set the forest on fire.
that. Then, yeah,
Unless
I'll go
specified
with it.
otherwise.
Yeah. Burning Hands
I'll do
would light this the fuck up.
Then I'll use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. He makes it, so that's half damage.
Yep.
So that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
And the 17 hits, Finn?
Yep.
Alright, that's 8. Oh no, it's a Constitution save. Don't know why it's not listed there. Okay. But 8 slashing on you, and a con save to see if you're paralyzed or not. And you're not.
Okay, that's...
That's all it had. Which is quite nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your turn now. You are currently grappled, so you can't move, but you can attack. You can cast spells. Also, if the thing that's grappling you dies, you're free.
Yeah, so, it's gonna get a weapon.
Yep, solid hit.
Is that enough?
You
Is that enough
must
to take it out, though?
It might be. I have to consult with the book. Because a few of you would know this. Let's see. Okay. Zarzul and Rain would be well aware of it. Poison does not work on the undead. I just need to double check if ghouls are also immune. Yep, they're immune to poison damage as well. So he is not dead. And sadly, that one just misses.
Yep.
But there's basically nothing of him left. Still enough to grab hold of you, though. Got your bonus.
No, I got nothing.
Okay. Zarzul. There's not a lot of rain left beside you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of very horrible, necrotically seething troll in front of you.
Yep.
And despite being infused with negative energy, with the very thing that destroys life, it seems to be alive. Because trolls are fucking ridiculous with a regeneration.
Yep. So I'm gonna stab it. Hey, I don't have a lot of options here.
Alright, that's a hit. Is that including... Is that the first time you've used it today?
Yep, that'll be the first time.
Yep, then you get to use the poison as well. Because it still has its veins pumping through it.
How much poison damage was that again? It was something little.
You were meant to note it down. Put a macro in.
I thought I had, but it's not.
It was 66, wasn't it? Yeah, it
Sounds-
was. Yes, it was 6d6. Let's remove the 9 at least. That hurt pretty well. And I believe I had a con save for it as well. Which it clearly makes. So that reduces it by half. But still, 13 damage is nothing to laugh at. You heard it. You got its attention.
Thank goodness.
Anything else you want to do? You've got your bonus, got your movement. probably wishing you cast Hunter's Mark first.
I think I might need to stable the spell slot. So, and on that front, I'm gonna throw a healing word on that.
On yourself. Let's see, does it include all the modifiers? Yes, it does. You feel a little bit better, Rain, but it still feels like there's fucking a piece of your shoulder missing.
Thank you.
Okay, this one's gone. Siegfried. You can see from your hiding spot, but it's not really an effective hiding spot at all. Big troll. Big, nasty troll.
I'm going in the opposite direction.
Well, you did see Castalia get grabbed, that's true, and you don't want her to
Yeah.
have what happened to you happen to her.
I'm going to rush in there to try and get her out.
Yep, good job. With the struggle and all, you can clearly see that there's a ghast and there's a ghoul here. There's not much of a ghoul left, but there's also plenty of the ghast left.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go for the bigger one.
Yep.
And that's getting re-rolled.
Can't imagine why. There you go. A good solid hit as you stab its very naked, very pale body.
Ugh.
Indeed. Very unpleasant. And you nearly cut the life from it. You may, in fact, cut the life from it. And you do, precisely. You did exactly its HP of damage in your 2 attacks.
Nice.
Yay!
Woohoo!
You saved the damsel in distress.
Well, no, he killed the thing that was dangerous to him, but damsel in distress is still in distress.
Well, I'm in less
One
distress
thing at
now.
a time!
There were 2 threats, and now there's only 1.
Yeah, he killed the bigger one. Well done. Heroically, he swept in.
I'm no longer in distress, I'm just in trust.
Meanwhile,
And that offhand credit on both of them for all.
yep, you really want that thing dead. Now, on the topic of damsel in distress, Rain, you are partially digested. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm not in a very good mood at all. First off, yeah, this is definitely what I'm doing, and I'm going to be doing it at level 3. I am feeling moderately better. And then at that point, do I have anything?
You can see the troll lick its lips as your body regenerates.
I don't have anything that I'll be able to do on my.
Yeah,
Do you have a glowing mace that you can hit with it?
no, it takes an action.
That takes an action.
Uh,
I won't leave just because I don't want to leave Zarzul all on his own.
That's true, you are the tank.
Well, I'm not a tank. However, I don't want to leave Zarzul all alone. So I'll just stay put and be very grumpy.
Okay, Wolfgang.
looking. Yep, Wolfgang's going to move. Sort of.
Rain looks
Thing is-
expectantly behind her as she hears Wolfgang paw, and then he fucks off. There we go.
Hey, I'm going to deal with the problems that can deal with
Yep.
at the moment.
No, it's perfectly fine. Oh yeah, it's fucking dead. Wolfgang can't do less damage than its remaining health as he just leaps up and savages the thing from behind as it's still trying to grapple Castalia. Most of the back of the neck is off, spine is exposed and pulled free, and it falls. And now Rain realizes which of the girls is more popular in the party.
Now she's the one. We've got two people up here. She gets it.
Anything else from Wolfgang? May have some movement left, possibly.
I think that's about it.
Okay, Cornelius.
Okay, I gotta ask. If a scorching ray missed, does that set the forest on fire?
I don't think
Possibly.
Scorching Ray. It's
said-
weird.
It'll cause...
It says that if it targets it hit, it sets on fire. I'm just asking what rules are we playing in this world?
Well, it's kind of odd because like Fireball doesn't actually start fires. It's just a small.
Oh, it does. Fireball starts fires.
No, there was like, I remember distinctly there was a spell you'd cast, and it did fire damage, but it didn't start.
Yeah, it's a Firebolt.
Yeah.
The little cantrip.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fireball,
So-
that lights shit up.
Yeah.
Scorching
I
Ray,
think
however,
it's-
does not say it lights up the area. But if it's a really bad fail, it might cause a bit of a small little blaze that might need to be put out quickly.
Okay, so you say on a critical fail.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, I got an inspiration. I'm willing to.
You have...
I finally got to use if it happens.
yep,
The
go.
chances for me to 2 times or 3 times roll a 1, I think is in my favor. Why
No-
just have rolled 3 ones in a row?
Yeah, not after you
with
voice it.
advantage?
After you voice it, it's entirely possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna launch off 3 scorching rays at this one.
Timora is a harsh goddess.
All right. Let's see what comes up.
Oh, that's the first one.
What have we learned today, Scotch? What have we learned? Don't open your mouth. Don't tempt fate, because fate will say, fuck you.
Castle suddenly feels very warm.
Well, there goes the inspiration. Let's reroll that shit.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
a miss,
thank God.
but it just
Yeah,
sails
thank
off
God.
into the sky.
Okay.
One hit.
Never before has a break of a miss ever been that comforting.
One hit. But as you do hit it, you do see that the green haze surging out of it seems to sort of build back into its body instead of just oozing out. It's like you burn up some of the strange necrotic aura around it. I will also say, actually, you've not seen any of its wounds close over.
Alright, guess it doesn't have regeneration then.
But think about this: the rest of the party here, as he sends off beams of pure fire in this tinderbox. Is anyone having a little bit of apprehension, a bit of anxiety?
Yes.
I think I would probably say you probably more have more apprehension about the troll that's eating you.
I'm anxious about both, thank you. I'm capable of being anxious on more than one thing at a time.
But, thanks to that, Cornelius, from the shrubbery, bursts a figure. A ghoulish
Oh, great.
figure. Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah. I don't think I have high either, but we'll see.
You've got a good chance of winning. As he just tries to grab at you, but the main thing is he swings for your face, and you're just thinking, if I still had the beard, he would have got me. But you just managed to lean your head back.
All you're thinking of is this is like that time that peasant came up to ask to try your wine, and you just brushed him away.
And then he slinks back in. Which leaves us with the troll's turn. For a moment, it looks at Cornelius, and you just see these horrible, glowing pits of hatred. It also looks at the thing that stabbed it, and there's this horrible big spider net of spider web of veins coming out of it from where this poison dagger got it in the shin. So it's gonna try and eat the kobold.
Don't eat the kobold.
Eating the kobold. As he just leans down and
Not-
bites, and you just feel your armor pressing against you, sort of bending out of place, and the teeth just crushing in. Oh, and he swings again and misses. He's having a hard time swinging at you. He's going to try and backhand Rain, so she doesn't go anywhere. Nice!
Ah!
Ooh, those backhands hurt.
It's because it's from a very large hand. As his turn
Do I get
ends...
Con save against.
Nope.
Do I get a con save against?
Nope. There's no con save against this necrotic, it's just biting you and filling you with necrotic energy. However, the two of you don't see the green haze coming around you. You don't feel the life being sucked from you. So that's nice. That's a bonus.
Ooh.
More rustling in the bushes around here. Castalia. There's now no filthy ghoul hands on you.
Oh, thank goodness.
And very quickly you're seeing the frozen portions of on your surface just sort of flecking away. And you have a very dapper pup and a very... You've got Siegfried there as well.
A very nervous man. Well, first things first.
And you heard a lot of yelps from the cleric.
Oh boy. This is tricky. I have to decide.
So remember, up this top column you got your full movement.
Yeah, I'm trying to think best place here.
You're right. That is the best place to stand.
No, I want to stand here because I likely saw what was going after Cornelius,
Yep.
and it can still get the pup and Siegfried. So I want to be in a place where I can strike at it no matter where.
Cornelius.
Otherwise, yes, I'd
Yep.
be running right up to that troll.
Yep. The monster's in front of you. There's some sort of horrible ghoul to your side, and the devil's just walked up behind you. But it's a comforting devil.
It's the devil I know.
Yeah, it's the better devil that you know.
See, and we had a long rest since our last fight, so I'm going to put my Hexblade's curse on. Can this reach that far?
Now, I will point out, you do know that there is a greater threat up ahead.
No, it doesn't reach. Damn it. Now I can still shoot it.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's make sure I didn't check that. Yes, I didn't. Pew. Pew.
One hit
Nice one.
for 1 damage.
I knocked off its nail.
There's just this little... You knock off a nipple. The rotten nipple just gets detached and just sails off and lands on Rain's hair.
How would that work? Look at the angle.
Yeah, well, you managed to catch it in the pectoral and it sort of spiraled up. It couldn't get through the skin.
Oh, alright.
Zarzul. You're realizing just how well you fit inside that mouth.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, and I don't think I can back away much at the moment.
It does feel like kobolds are not at the top of many food chains.
Not really.
How long do
I'm
kobolds
going to
live?
discuss habit again.
Okay, get it in the kneecaps. It's a good strike. You've not got the expertise. You've not got the expertise that Siegfried has, but you know you do manage to drive in a good 8 points of damage. Anything else?
This point, no. No, that's about it.
Okay then. Siegfried. It's up to you to charge in.
Siegfried's going to run up and put on the brake spout here and switch to his crossbow again.
Zarzul and Rain really missing the dwarf right now.
No, they're just trying to kill the kobold so he can get the Goliath.
The man who would happily charge face first into any fray. It's a solid hit, and you get your backstab. Not backstab, sneak attack. 24 damage. Fucking glorious. There is this sudden thud, and you just see as the bolt lodges into one of its arms and just shears off muscle, tendon, skin. There's just this solid, sleek bit of bone left, while the other half is still supporting it. It didn't like that. It's looking at you, Siegfried. Anything else with your turn?
Well, seeing as I'm pretty sure you're going to say that the bonus I use my bonus action to switch weapon.
No.
No.
No, that's fine. You still got your bonus.
In that case, I'm going to offer help to. Oh, Rain.
Woohoo!
You've got this.
Thanks. I'm no longer mad about the pixie dust.
I would use it on the troll, but I don't think it would work.
Who knows? Rain.
never know.
Alright, so first off, I'm gonna make myself feel a little bit better. Alright, so... Okay, so now I'm not... Oop. There we go. I just tried to imply I only had 11 HP. That is incorrect. Then, considering that's a bonus action, I get advantage for that now, yes? So,
For hitting
for
it?
the... I forget. What? Yeah.
There's no advantage on you casting Healing Word.
Oh no! I'm going to hit it. I'm going to be hitting it. Where's my...
So yeah, if you have an attack roll, it'll be at advantage.
Yeah, there we go. Damn it.
Still got your movement. Still got this faint sense of embarrassment as you just tried to bop it with your holy stick. And while Castalia wasn't stellar with her beam of dark energy from beyond, it at least tore something off, whereas you just didn't even dent it.
She's just kind of standing there looking dejected and glaring at this big giant fuck off troll. And she decides to stay put because, again, she doesn't want Zarzul to be the only target. Even though she knows it's a horrible idea.
It just leans down, big broken smiles, several teeth falling out of its head. You taste good.
It talked for realsies.
Oh yeah.
At this point, she's going, "Blah!"
She turned into a British middle-aged woman.
Wolfgang.
Okay, Wolfgang is going to advance and try and help protect the small little scaly thing that's been following it around.
That's a hit. And piercing. Good solid hit. But even with Wolfgang's pulling and shaking his head, he's not going to be able to pull it down on the ground.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of it left. And as you're noticing, the wounds are not closing.
That's a good thing at least.
Yep. Cornelius.
Yeah. So we agreed that I would no risk firebolt setting anything on fire, right?
Yeah, firebolt is fine.
Okay. Yeah, because
Unless you
I
get a
think
crit.
I need.
I'm joking. It's
Okay,
fine.
then.
It's fine.
Okay.
Firebolt cannot set the environment on fire.
Yeah, because the only other thing I could do was run up and do Thunderwave, but it's not gonna do a whole lot.
Meanwhile, Zarzul's got his druid ring and he could create a bonfire out of any amount of fuel, and he's surrounded by it.
No.
You just have to flick your fingers, Zarzul, and you will destroy the entire forest.
We'll save it. I can use it to put fires out.
Fires of a certain size.
Actually, I think I'm gonna use my healing word on my ring and heal rain. That's Zula's going to have to cast.
Yep.
Yay.
I'm also gonna move up here.
Still got an action, so you can cast a cantrip.
Oh, really?
That was a bonus action spell.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll just fire up a firebolt on the
Yep.
troll. Oh, wait, what?
You've got it set to spell card, not to attack.
Hmm.
Or output.
Yeah, it's because I was on the other screen. Yeah, because I usually have it. It was a bit. Actually, where is it?
Like I'm saying, you might have it in your spell list set to like
There
spell
we-
card.
there we
instead.
go.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Very nice.
good.
Yep. It's a hit, and you just see this horrible fried portion of it just sloughing off. Most of its chest now gone. You can see these horrid, wretched organs just sort of twitching and shuddering inside it. And once again, the green haze is pulled back into it. You hear a lot of...
So I gotta put that healing word on rain.
Web gun?
Yep.
Yep.
Bring out the spell sheet at the moment.
Okay, just wanted to know if you heard me or not. That's just.
I think he's just having connection issues.
Acknowledge.
There we go.
Yay!
All
If
right.
it attacks me twice, I might live.
And from here,
Or hey,
you hear a lot of rustling getting distant. And now it's the turn of the troll, who just looks at the big, massive, gaping wound in his chest with bits of it missing and falling. And then just its big tongue comes out. You can see the top tip of it just falling aside and flopping onto the ground as it just slakes across the jaw. And then leans down for the cleric again.
Ah, fuck.
Misses with a bite,
Yes.
but now he gets annoyed.
No. Ugh.
Ooh.
Okay.
So what was your HP before it hit?
40.
Nice.
Well then.
I believe rain fall down.
Rain fall down, go boom.
Yeah.
Not go boom.
See.
Just fall down.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
The rain
So 43
falls.
damage.
No.
And he's just sneering at the fallen form of the unconscious healer. Correction. The unconscious healer.
I did a lot of healing today. Thank you very much.
On yourself!
Yeah.
Counts.
And likewise, over here, you hear a lot of rustling getting more distant.
Oh, thank goodness.
Let's just remove those two. Castalia.
Okay. Well,
It's an easier shot now. There's less in the way.
Can I move here?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm moving there, and I'm gonna whip the.
Just gonna lash this chunk of grass above Wolfgang's head. And Zarzul's,
Yep.
technically.
So. Wump.
How would you like to do this? As she continues to get the last hits on the big monsters.
Hmm.
This corrupted beast is at your mercy.
Not sure how I want to describe it.
Vividly. Vulgarly.
Well,
Make it steamy, torrid, and also just make the blood drip. Or, say you hit it and it fall down. Like he did Rain.
well, the first strike with sodden lash and wraps around its upper arm, and with a swift tug, the arm is separated from the body. Soon the whip strikes forward again, this time pulling back as it strikes the other arm. The thorns splaying out and shredding the skin and muscle, leaving it only dangling by a small bit before a spinning strike right to the head, those thorns out full to dispatch undead giant as it cleaves its skull in two.
There you go. It falls. All the various bits of it to the piece of tongue. The nipples still clinging to Rain's hair. The shorn head. The green haze for a moment intensifies around it, and then it just sort of burbles and falls apart. It just becomes sludge. Trolls before have lain on the ground, they have healed, they have knitted. This one just simply renders into rotten mass. So, it's not getting up again.
No,
Zarzul,
finally.
it's your turn.
Okay, step 1. Let's see, where is it? There we go.
The gods don't want her.
Basically just going, why? You had the chance.
You don't feel good,
And with
Rain.
that, I feel a lot better.
Well done. Take an inspiration point for that one. That was well timed. Good job.
No, I healed the other cleric.
And we're out of initiative. Rain, you're looking down at your outfit, how it just clawed you apart. You can see the great gashes through your mystical outfit, through your skin. Luckily, the outfit will repair. You just have to change its shape. You, however, feel like you've been shredded.
I don't like that thing.
It doesn't like you either.
Oh no, all evidence was it did like her.
I know that was the opposite of my problem. He did like me very much, which I do not like. I need a drink.
So, do you think this was the undead we were looking for, or was this just a random amount of ghouls?
I'd wager this was related, but it's not the full group. This ain't the full group.
No, we're missing skeletons. I'm gonna... Hang on.
You're going to die, apparently.
That's a given.
Need to get yourself some lozenges.
I have some. I'm going to do a quick check for where that undead are, seeing one seems to have run off, probably towards its masters, which is probably a bad thing.
You feel the two ghouls still quite close, probably about 120 feet, maybe less, on both sides. They're just going outwards, they're not going north.
Okay, do I feel more undead to the north?
You still feel that huge mass of undead. A few signals you can pick apart as skeletons.
Yeah.
And then there's that
look
creature.
Like they're... Yeah, it doesn't look like the ghouls are heading back to the north, the main group to the north. Is the north group getting closer?
Nope. You're closer
Okay.
to them, but they have moved.
They're still where they were.
Relative to even when you were sensing them earlier, before you got into the shelf in the trees.
So they're not on the march. It's a good sign.
Or bad sign, they probably have a grease pit of dead corpses they're trying to defleshify.
Now there's a spell for Droop. I don't
Oh,
want to kill
God.
it, so this is just as good, right?
And Zazul's going to say a quick prayer, asking for the goddess Tamara was the right name, to make sure that these undead stay dead as they should be.
You get the feeling that your help will come tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Not today, tomorrow. Yeah, you say your rights. Ghouls at least are not known for getting up again.
You want to do a short rest to restore instead of having to use your spells?
It depends on how far we're gonna go.
All the way, baby!
Because if we stop short and then do a rest, that might end up better anyways, just because I know I had to dump a lot for that troll.
Do you get your... Have you got Arcane Recovery now?
Mm-mm.
Not a good enough wizard.
Well, let me see.
I don't think clerical spell gets from Arcane Recovery.
Yeah,
But it
that's
is an
the main
ability she
issue.
gets. It just restores spell slots.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just a level 1 wizard.
I think you might get it then. But anyway, continue your conversation
check.
while I check.
Oh, if you're gonna check them, okay.
Yep.
So, about how long do you think it'll take for us to get there, Zarzul?
Ooh, what will be now? It shouldn't be too long, I
Because we do have a clearing, and if we set up the
if we just take a short rest, so we can spend some hit dice for...
Yeah, because it's basically only been you two taking the
true.
beating. Basically, there's no reason for a full rest.
And yeah, you can get one spell slot back.
Oh, okay.
Arcane Recovery lets you get back spend spell slots equal to or half, rounded down, your spell slots. So you can get one back. That's nice. Let me just go back and check the exact wording for later levels.
I was supposed to say, is it one per? Do I just pick one in a category, or?
It's equal to or less than half of your wizard level. So it's just one per wizard level for now, really.
Does it specify which level?
Yeah, like I'm saying, you can get one first level spell slot left.
Oh, one
One
first
back.
level. Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I didn't do the cure wounds then.
So yeah, example, if you're a 4th level wizard, you can recover up to 2 levels worth of spell slots. You recover either a second level slot or 2 first level spell slots. But it's a minimum of 1. So, you're all going to bunk down for a bit? Get a little rest for an hour?
Yeah, I think that would probably be the wisest choice instead of burning bells.
It should be stated that while the troll was foul when alive, it is far worse as this sludge. It's making the grass around it wither.
Let's move into the clearing.
The clearing where there are still bits of it putrefying from the feast the ghouls were having.
That's still better than next to it. In that case. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And there's the hit dice rolls that have kept her with higher HP than the fighter. Meanwhile, Zarzul doing his best.
Right.
Whoever's injured, you might want to chuck a few as well. This could be a big fight next. Ouch.
And while they resting, I'm gonna do some identifying on my pouches.
Yeah, let's do one more.
What you learn is that, like a bag of holding, they are the entrance to a demiplane. But you can't work out the dimensions of it. You do know that it has to fit through the size of the pouch. And it seems like height is a factor. But as you keep identifying it, something's watching you. As you keep focusing on it, as the spell continues, you feel a strong grip around your wrist. As you're doing your gestures and incantations, you feel both hands now locked. It's getting harder to move your fingers. You're feeling the heat from them die off. For a brief moment, it feels like you can't even bend them, as if they're completely starved. And you just hear a very faint name, Stravin.
Straven.
We've come across it before. Was the hood Straven's?
It was.
Okay, is Zazzle by any chance glancing in that direction at the time? Does he see the hands?
He sees nothing. He just sees Cornelius going at his business. In fact,
Okay, so
Cornelius is just doing his gestures completely normally. But Cornelius, if you keep trying to focus on the item, you can feel like your hands beginning to wither and compact in themselves.
I guess I'll stop. I know better than to start delving deeper into something that is starting to apparently pull me in.
And as you stop, there's not even a lingering sensation of what happened. There's nothing on your wrists. There's no issues with your hands. They were thin, they were white, they were gaunt for a moment before, and then they're just fine.
I just imagine I go. I stop. I just look at the heads, quickly turning around.
No doubt Castelli looking over thinking, amateur. But you do know there's quite a lot of storage space in them.
Yeah, but I'm a lot more worried about putting my hands in there now.
Anyone else doing anything for the hour you're sitting about?
Well, I'm doing lots and lots of prayers.
Do you want to identify something else?
Do I have anything we need to identify?
That's for
People.
you guys to keep track of.
It should be in the. If there is, it should be in the treasury.
Yeah, but I think that's back in the wagon. So it's more if there's something on us now.
Oh yeah.
Don't think so.
If one of you can cash in your inspiration for a GM tip.
I already used mine yesterday, or last time, with my wonderful roll of 1 less than what I rolled before.
Well, then you'll just have to have a meaningful conversation.
I was thinking of that, but I also figured I'd wait till a long rest for that.
Mm-hmm.
But sure, if people want to talk to the patron now, we can do it.
Nah, it's time to forge on ahead.
Yes, it is.
We've got less than an hour left, and I want to make sure I kill at least one of you tonight. Zarzul.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully not before Rain can have her conversation, but yep.
you've stretched, you've patched up, taken a moment to swish the hair, feel the beard. Your path is still ahead of you.
Let us press forward.
Yes. Let us move forward. But I'm wondering, at this point, where the most danger is, wherever I'm staying right now, whether I'm a belt or the little scaly creature or whatever we're heading towards.
Zarzul, it's nice and refreshing in the hood. Feels like there's always air moving in it.
It's a nice. Is it a nice cool breeze?
Yeah, it's nice,
does it
pleasant.
Smell nice here.
There's no smell to it, it's just simple, just pleasant. It's like a little
Excellent,
simple
excellent.
breeze. So
Guess
you're,
we
Onward, my friends.
Hmm?
Let us deal with this undead scum.
already marching order.
Zazo and Wolfgang at the front once again.
Yeah, so we're not going to change it. Okay, then. Good. Let's just get a quick copy paste here. Alrighty then. You continue to move through the forest. And as you do so, you realize forests are horrible places. No one should be walking around here. This is awful. Why the fuck would people do this for fun? What's wrong with them? But the main thing is, as you progress, you do start to see it begin to thin out. A little less ridiculous undergrowth, a little less thickness of the branches and trunks. And you see muted, but it's daylight ahead. It's starting to get a little bit towards evening. Still not quite at the darkness. And are you progressing silently, carefully, or are you just marching?
I'm
Sneakily.
I'm trying to stealth just for a change.
Might as well try to stealth it.
Not always going to remind you of this, so keep in mind for when you're approaching things.
Let's see if Wolfgang's remembered how to be sneaky. Yes, excellent.
Just left with Castalia now, the deciding vote.
Oh, right. Here goes failure. Hey,
Not bad.
that's not so bad.
Yeah. You're not the failure. That's always rain.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But as you approach, you start to see that there's a clearing ahead. And I have to move you guys. There we go. Hopefully I brought you all over. Let's try again. So, do you get right up to the edge of the forest? I will say, let's see here. Let's go back a little bit. Oh, nope. I was about to drag and select you all. Because it is still daylight, you will see quite a lot. But for now, you're just exiting the trees, so... The road is not there, just pictured as bare, stony earth. But you do see rising up a fragmented hill. You see two skeletons standing on guard with bows drawn.
Okay.
Actually, no, you would be
If
able to
they-
see pretty much everything. Hang on. I'll reiterate this
Some of
instead.
us would be able to see pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
Zarzal can't see shit all. Also, because of the height of a place, actually, there's a few things you wouldn't be able to see. So you're able to see up to the first level of it, but not the second. But you can see on the edge of it.
Oh dear.
Well, to make sure Zarzul stops, because I know he can't see, I'm going to use message and whisper to Zarzul to stop.
Zarzul, a voice enters your head. It's familiar, but it's not the one telling you to burn it. But yes, it's clearly Rain's voice. Oh yes, there is one detail you would notice. Let's see, it's easier to point at it than to ping it. So up here, on the plateau, you can see a great mound of bones. They are stacked pretty high. It's just a great heap of them. And while standing here, you can hear a faint voice, echoing a little bit thanks to the cliff walls. Elvish.
Oh, goody.
I think I know Elvish. Yeah.
I know Elvis as well.
I was about to say half the party knows Elvish.
It is
Yep,
the
I know
incantations of a spell. One that would have been familiar if you hadn't burnt the scroll.
We've got two wizards with us. They should know have some idea.
They don't really tell you how to cast that spell.
Yeah, but I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we could sort of figure out with
Yeah.
the whole, like, in the context.
You can put two and two
Not-
together.
Not to mention, I'm familiar with that anyways.
Okay, well, since we're probably going to have to do this a bit quick before that bone pile starts working, I suggest I run out and I cast Sleet Storm and we charge the hill as quick as possible.
Cornelius in D-Day.
This has horrible idea written all over it.
Well-
Is there anything we can do that can get us over there without getting noticed first?
Well, there is terrain, as you can see. There are bits
I
that are
just-
recessed. There are trees.
Just want to mention, Sleet Storm cancels whatever spells is being cast.
It was a
I'm
concentration spell.
mostly worried about the
Mhm.
arrows.
Yeah, but they can't see us until someone's dispelled the Sleet Storm.
True. What happens if she immediately dispels it?
Then we're fucked.
Oh, it's a male voice.
Oh, he. Sorry, he.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like the previous necromancer's voice you've heard.
It's starting to get a little bit disturbing that we start encountering so many goddamn necromancers that we can differentiate it as a different necromancer.
Well, let's be honest, one of them definitely made an impact. You'd recognize his voice. It's not him.
Then they are doing Elvish. Let's. What do I have? Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to go with your idea. I don't like it, but I'll go with it.
You could try and sneak as close as we can as possible.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Let's try to sneak as close as we can, and then use Sleet Storm.
Does
Alright, yeah.
anyone else has anything to add?
Nothing
No.
good at this point.
Oh, because I'm an idiot. How does the boots work again? I forgot to. Apparently, I didn't save my description.
I believe I put it as a bonus action for now. You walk your full distance in a straight line in the ethereal realm. But you are still visible, it's just you're phased out. And you cause necrotic damage to anything you walk through. So it doesn't make you invisible. But it just means they can't hit you with an attacks of opportunity.
And it was how much necrotic?
Fucking hell. You're meant to keep note of this.
I know. That's why I apparently it didn't keep for whatever reason.
Let's see, where did I put it? Sunlash, here we go. Potions. More puzzles. Where did I put them? There we go, Funeral March. 1d8 necrotic. Because it's meant to get you out of there, not to kill things.
There we go. Yeah, I think pretty much that's what we're just gonna have to do. So, Zarzul, do you think you should keep the hood on, or should we be able to see? Because these are a whole bunch of archers out here.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull back the hood and take a sort of and peer out here.
It's still daylight. It's a little bit wincing because you haven't looked at it for quite a while.
I know.
You're starting to feel a bit agoraphobic. There's a lot of sky above you.
Agent Ben. I'm gonna try and look out and see what I can see. 9.
You see the skeletons.
Okay.
You see the bone mound. You see further than you have for weeks.
Damn you, Daystar. I'm going to sneak up to the edge of the forest. Just to see if I can do more from there.
The issue here is height.
True.
Let's
Trying
see
to
here.
advance up a hill, are we?
Well, hang on, let me reveal a bit more. Just to show you that there is the whole cliff thing up ahead. So you can see the extremities at least.
So how many are we talking, Zarzul?
Lots.
It's only 3 more than there are of you.
Well, I more mean, is this the main force or is this a vanguard?
There's something else up there as well. But I don't know what it is.
You feel a great mass of undead. As you might imagine, it's where the bone pile is.
Yeah.
goody.
But then you also feel the beast. The strange creature that you're not familiar with. Oh, that was in the daylight. Hang on. It's to the east. About...
Okay.
Hang on. Let me just check here. It's about 100 feet to the east.
Well, Rain has decided fashion is the most important right now. So she's switching back over to a very simple black dress that cuts off right around.
Alright, there's a
ankles.
colossal flash of light and sparkly sequence as you go into your magical girl transformation. All the archers are suddenly attentive and alert.
Very funny.
And it's just like unfolding a curtain or something. It just... fabric falls, you're now redressed.
Yep.
So what's the plan to attack people?
I guess we sneak up until we get noticed and then we sleet storm.
Get to the edge of this forest here and sleet storm from there and try and get the main bulk of the top. Leave us the 2 close ones to throw arrows and spells into to start with and see what comes out of the sleet storm and deal with it as it comes out. Or the sleet storm will disappear and then we just panic for a while.
Yeah.
Sounds like a okay plan, or at least a plan we would come up.
It seems like the best plan.
Okay. Quick question, and this is going to be a strange one. Is this forest still tinder dry?
Yes.
Okay.
And you do know that the
Better
people who
mind.
raise the undead are generally wizards.
Yeah. And fire and wizards seem to go together for some reason. But this one also likes death. He also appears to be standing in one of the few places without possibility of large burning area.
Seems pretty sensible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You
This
do
is
get the glimpse that there are some
constantly-
standing stones up on the plateau next to the bone pile. Just 1 or 2 pillars.
Okay. Let's move forward and start this.
Gonna reroll stealth or
Nah, you haven't really done
Why'd
anything
you
to
ask?
break stealth yet.
he
But-
says taking up the initiative.
Just gonna do these guys on 1 turn. Over skeletons, they're not that speedy.
People gotta move up because the rest of us can't really
Oh.
those ones in the back.
I was waiting. I'm like, have we done stuff yet or?
Dancing to the tree line, as it were. Staying well hidden. Sneaky, sneaky.
your initiatives.
Well,
We're not entering combat just yet. You get to throw down your move.
Okay.
But we might as well roll it and see how we go. Pretty high initiatives.
can't have the same initiative as fucking skeletons.
It fits, don't worry.
So was it that we each gotta get get an action each, or are we just preparing it for when
Sleet
it's
Storm is a little bit noticeable.
Yeah, but I mean, are we taking it in? It turns to an order, or is it just
No,
you're
this is just
preparing?
the moment you throw it, it's going to be full
Yeah.
normal initiative.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it draws a lot of attention to itself.
And do the trees here count as somewhat cover?
Yeah, somewhat cover. Somewhat
Okay.
being wrapped in kindling.
All right. Well, should I cast it, or do people still want to sneak further on?
Well, do you think we can get through?
I don't know. Like I cast great invisibility on one person for 1 minute.
Well, if we did that, I could get much closer. Or somebody who doesn't have range could move much closer.
I think we all have ranged.
Yeah, true.
I guess if I cast great invisibility on you, Sasu, and Siegfried probably has an easy chance to move up closer before getting spot.
True. We could try for. Let me see if I can ping. How do I ping again? There we go.
Yeah.
I have a big question. How do skeletons see?
Magic.
Yeah.
So would invisibility even work?
Well, considering that it's magic meant to simulate,
Honestly, it's something
Vision.
I've wondered about for a long time, but for now we're saying they don't have blind sight. Mechanically, they don't have blind sight.
I think it's because it basically simulates looking. It doesn't simulate blind.
They require a line of sight. They also have dark vision, so they have a form of vision. So for all intents and purposes, mechanically they see normally. They see by looking through the eyes they don't have. Because magic.
And let me just measure something out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could cast it right up here.
But you wouldn't be able to cast it on the ground.
But would he be able to cast it above there?
Oh yeah, you can definitely cast it above them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't sleep fall down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Up
magic
to the
sleep. It's
ground?
confined to its
Yeah.
tube.
It's a range of 150 feet. Yeah, if a creature is concentrating in the spell's area, the creature must make a successful Constitution saving throw. Gets my spell save DC, I'll lose concentration.
Yep.
So, what do people do? I can cast a greater invisibility.
Hang on, let me
Okay.
grab
Let's
it.
save the let's save them ready for now. You drop the sleet storm. I'll fire my bow, and we'll launch any spells we can at the same time, as it were. Taken by on those front two. If you drop the sleet storm over the ones at the back.
Yeah,
Alright.
because the most important part's to get whatever that spellcaster is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Cover what you can with a sleep spell, and we'll work with the rest.
Yes. So probably center up here around the plateau.
$40-foot radius, yeah?
Just check. Yeah, 40-foot radius, 20-foot tall.
Okay, I don't have to worry about the height. Alright, still a bit big.
This dumbass fucking circle.
Yeah, that's near enough. So you're basically putting it here, here.
A little further up, because if they are on the bottom skeletons, the rest of the party can't see them. We want to kind of take them out. Yeah, a little to the left. There we go.
Alright, you cast it. Which means I need to add some more people to initiative, so first of all, let's stick this on the map for now.
Yeah, and once he's as soon as we see him casting it, I'm gonna fire an arrow. And probably other people are gonna fire spells, but I'm gonna fire an arrow at the one on the left, the front.
And I'm going to be firing a flaming chicken.
Fire bad.
It's okay. This is only grass. This is not a densely packed forest.
Yeah, I'm not firing at anything near the trees.
Alrighty then. You make the incantations. You open up a portal to the sky, and from it great chunks of ice fall heavily. There is a yell, a serious vulgar curse in Elvish. There is some utterances nearly drowned out by the storm in common, most of the words broken up by the smashing of ice and the storm. Let's see now, that's... some of those skeletons fall prone. This one. These two. This one stands, this one falls. Oh wait, that one's not even in the... Not that one. One across from away. Here we go. Give me the icon. There we go. Alright. And so battle commences. Zarzul, you're letting off an arrow.
$16.
Is a hit. Against which skeleton, left or right?
Left.
Oops.
So
I
this
didn't mean
one
to
here.
draw that.
Yeah.
How do I undraw that?
You don't. It's forever there as a mark of your... let's see. 12 then? 12 damage? Yes, no? Is it just +2 or +3? Web gun?
Damage +2.
Yeah, there we go. A good bone-shattering break. Next.
It won't be my flaming chicken, I realized.
Oh, it can't make it all the way there.
Yeah, I can't make it all the way there.
I
Why did...
already dispelled it.
The spell is gone.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
And there is yelling in Elvish. Get that big fucker on there and get these fucking arrows flying.
Oh shit!
Oh, fuck.
Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is going to look.
Okay. Siegfried.
Crossbow, left skeleton. No crossbow, left skeleton. And I'm going to give Castalia a thumbs up and encourage.
Okay. There is some arcane chanting in Elvish. Let's see here. The arrows were seen. A figure moves forward. You see an elven man dressed in some armor. Most of it is glowing with glyph energy. But he saw where the arrows came from. With his elven ears, he heard it. Tall, gaunt, with a staff in hand. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't hold back on this one. Sorry.
Here comes the fireball.
Correct.
I knew it.
So let's see. It is a certain radius. 15-foot radius.
Kaboom.
We should have went forward.
Transparent token. There we go. Let's see here. Trying to think of where he'd put it. He would have seen the crossbow bolt more than anything. And he's definitely going to aim for the trees. Like, he's not aiming it on you guys specifically. He's aiming for the tree line, because that's the obvious place.
It doesn't matter. Everyone rolls.
Okay, I'm going to make this a strength save, though. Good luck. No, it's a dex save. Go on for it. As he lights you up.
Well, that goes about
Yeah!
4/5 of my health.
I made that save.
Yep, those who made it, those who made the save
Take
take
going.
15 damage.
I would like to say that I have expertise, which means that I dodge all of it.
You don't have evasion yet.
Evasion is 7th level.
Is it 7th level? You finally have that? So now there's uncanny dodge. Let's see here. Yep, evasion. There we go then. So, Siegfried, you expertly duck and cover as the top of the trees are fucking vaporized. The rest of the party are just in range and get woof. Also, Castalia takes 7 damage.
Yep, I have fire resistance.
Yep. For being a devil. Zarzul, despite being a little dragon, you do not have fire resistance.
Well, it depends on what kind of dragon he is.
Cornelius,
I'm nearly dead.
you've got to admit, that was a good fireball. You know, a lot of people, a lot of wizards can throw a fireball, but sometimes they don't hurt that hard. Also, everything around you is ablaze. All the trees, everything is on fire. And then he yells some elvish orders at the skeletons to drop them. Then he walks away to chant again. Rain, you can't hear a thing. There's a ringing in your ears. Everything is on fire. Your skin feels like you've been through an oven. You're pretty sure you've lost maybe half your hair. And you saved
my
against
one-
it. Cornelius,
Yeah,
who didn't, looks so much worse.
Yeah, that I think will be fun. My question is the ridge that we see in front actually a drop down or
It's an up.
it's an up? Okay.
Yeah, all of this is going upwards.
Oh, fuck me sideways. All right. So since I have to go that way anyways, one, and then I will make Cornelius not dead as a doornail.
Yeah, as you look at him, you wonder, why did he bother shaving? This would have done the job. You get 19 health back and your right eyebrow.
And
Oh,
then
that was
And Siegfried's still hiding behind what being cheesed up with his full beard intact.
Yep. There's not a mark on Siegfried, which is probably the first time that's happened.
At least
and
recovered half my hit points now.
so for the boots, I can use them as well as move.
No, it's
Okay.
uses up your movement.
Okay.
We don't give you
Well,
extra movement.
I'm gonna hunker down here around the little edge thing,
Okay,
so
you'll
hopefully
get partial cover.
it's harder to hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Castalia, you who are covered in water, who have plant life growing on you, was hit by a fireball and, shrug it off.
Yeah, the geist did worse.
The wildflowers even are fine. They're a little, crispy on the outside, but they'll be fine.
I basically look like the guy from the Terminator after he went into the Terminator Robocop when he's been in the chemical bath.
Oh, no. You definitely look like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2. With the playground.
Alright. Well, first of all, I can't stay where I am, because the entire tree line behind us is on fire.
Yeah. The radius showing right now is what's on fire. It may get bigger.
Well then.
So, bad idea to stay there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move behind some trees over here. Actually, I'm going to move here first, while I'm moving. Wait, can I do that? Can I stop, cast, and move again?
Yeah, you can put as many attacks in as you've got during movement, between movement, after, before.
Okay, then I'm stopping here to shoot this left skeleton. And I get one with advantage. Ooh.
Shattered.
And this
Nothing
one will
but
go
fragments.
this one will go to his buddy right next to him.
Yep. A good, strong, resounding hit.
And then I'm gonna hide behind the tree. And let's see, I do have magic, but is it a bonus action? No, it's an action.
I mean, you've got your hexes.
Isn't Hex 30 range though? Or is it 60?
60, I believe it was.
Then I'm gonna Hex the Living Ghoul.
Okay. Regular hex?
Probably regular Hex. I realize I should have hexed him before I struck him, but you know.
Yeah. It didn't matter much. Okay then, that's you done. Crispy Cornelius.
Yeah. I am going to move up a little bit, and then I'm gonna recast Sleet Storm.
In the same place?
Yep, because fuck that elf. And it's probably eight.
You know, the funny thing is, I knew he was going to do it, that's why, bam. It's right there. Because I knew he was going to do it again.
And then I'm gonna hide near Castalia. To the cover of the tree. Actually, hang on, let me just check if I got movement. I was standing here.
If you need me to move over one, I can move.
No, I'm just gonna move.
Yeah, please group
here.
up. You haven't seen that go badly yet. Okay. Well, got a couple of skeletons here. Let's see. Is it when they start or when they end?
Start.
Okay. Well, they're already prone, so it doesn't matter for them. They just get back up again. This is going to walk forward and slide down. This one is going to do the same. Let's see here. He's already knocked prone, so he's just going to get up now. This one moves here, this one moves here, so they can actually see. And now come the bows. And the only target who is out in the open right now... well, technically Siegfried and Zarzul are as well, because the trees aren't there. But most of...
I am trying to hunker down as much as possible.
I know you do have plus 2 to your AC. Let's see here. Let's check the ranges, make sure. Okay, 2 of these are a disadvantage. 17 hit?
Who are you aiming at?
Rain.
Is that factoring in the
Oh,
plus 2?
17. It's 17 exactly.
Okay, so your AC
Sorry,
is
but-
19 currently.
Awesome.
You have plus 2 because you're in partial.
Oh yeah. We're
Let's
good.
see. One more. Oh wait, there are these 2 inside who... They get... Actually, they're going to stay down for now. Yeah. As you see shoddily made arrows just ping off, and you wonder, why were we making a big deal out of these guys?
Oh, these are not the ones we're worried about.
Cornelius! From behind, in the bit of the forest that hasn't gone up in flames yet, you hear a great predatory growl. It's from something big. As it leaps forward, you see 2 creatures leap forward, in fact. Standing side by side. It's a large, 6-legged feline beast with 2 tentacles coming out of it.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
But it's rotted.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a slavering beast. And now I've got to try and find where I put the attack for this thing, because it's been a while. Okay, I think I put this in forest creatures, actually. Because the attacks don't change just because it's undead. Something else changes about it because it's undead. Monsters of forest.
Better aim carefully.
There we go.
I am.
There we
glad I
go.
have mage armor.
You do have mage armor, but it doesn't help against a 26.
Yeah.
Ow.
So it's still a 10 for your con check.
Wait, what?
Your,
Con check?
your concentration check.
All right. All right. Uh,
You made it.
made it.
Zarzul.
Hang on, I still got to figure out how much I had. It's see, 13,
18.
18. Okay.
Alright, the kobold marches up, taking cover behind some rocks.
Yep, rocks aren't flammable. This is a good start. And
Just
I'm
want
gonna
to point out. Just want to point out, if fireball has a bigger radius, the distance between you two.
Yeah, I know.
That was not its original place.
And we're gonna put an arrow in this dead displaced beast.
"13 does not puncture. As you wind up firing at the mirage of it,
17 doesn't.
you're at disadvantage.
Got to put your hood up.
Tactics.
Even if he had his hood on, he'd be at disadvantage as a displacer beast.
Double disadvantage. Damn it.
Well, there's no such thing, but it's just you're at disadvantage to hit it right now. You didn't put your hood back on.
Yeah. I was just thinking pack tactics with Cornelius.
Nah. That get cancelled
Okay.
out by the mirage. Well, another turn goes by, and you can probably guess what's going to happen. Cut that fucking shit out, you little pissy little brat! The voice is distinctly not the elf. Oop, there we go. Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is going to defending place.
Okay then. He takes 2 points of fire damage. Oh, there we go. He moved.
Yeah, so he's going to move, leave the burning place, and
Yeah,
hide
I
up
thought you said he
against
stood
the,
in place. Couldn't hear you right.
wall, basically.
Okay. Siegfried.
Okay. He's going to use. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash so I can get a bit further.
Mm-hmm.
And that means I should get a bit of cover. And I'm going to stab at the displacer beast.
All right. Disadvantage.
17.
17 does hit. And as you strike it, the mirage disappears. 25 damage that just sinks in against this rotted flesh. Mind you, it's some hard pushing. There's a lot of very tense, powerful muscle you're cutting through.
I probably didn't enjoy that, so I'm going to have to deal with it next.
Maybe. The wizard steps forward on the plateau to be seen. Can see some of you all clinging to cover in various places. Fireball!
Well, Kitty doesn't have a master. Very nice master.
It's a zombie.
Bye, Kitty. Oh, no.
And Kitty makes the save.
It doesn't really matter if I do a dex save. I'm dead.
You're not dead, you're unconscious.
Unconscious, but it doesn't matter if
But
I do a
burning.
dex save or not.
Let's see, let's move it aside here just so I can fix this thing's HP.
I
Takes
take-
16.
As do I.
So it's how much damage?
32 if you passed. 16 if you... Or 16 if you passed, sorry. 32 if you didn't.
I have fire resistance, so I take half.
Yep. And Siegfried falls. Luckily, this spot, while on
Cornelius.
fire, is not...
Cornelius, not Siegfried.
Yeah. I'm sorry, just wishful thinking. And then he steps back. As he does so, though, there is a rumbling. A great, heavy rumbling as the bone mass starts to turn and rise.
Oh, fucking hell, it's now gonna be a golem.
It starts to roll, and continues to roll, and continues to roll.
Oh, fuck.
Boom!
As a mass of skeletons in a large ball smashes down. It itself takes, let's see, that's 10 foot and 10 foot, so... It takes 7 points of damage getting down. And it smashes into Rain. So let's see how that goes.
Oh, fuck.
It's gonna hurt.
Because it was just doing it
Yeah.
in a straight line. Okay then, here we go. Custom monster go. The Bone Breaker! But there's a
Alright,
dex
so what
save.
am I... Yeah, what's the save?
17.
Is it dex save?
Yep.
You're in the skeleton ball.
Oh!
No, you have to... Oh yeah, she is. Because she didn't have advantage or disadvantage. You are inside.
Oh, that's gonna be sucky.
You also take 30 damage.
Yeah, I know. So...
It's a strength check to get out. Strength athletics.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and assume that I can't just waltz my way out with the boot.
No, you are restrained currently. If you try to... Any attacks will be at disadvantage. So you could smack it while inside.
Oh, that ain't gonna work. Alright,
I'm
so...
I'm guessing turn on dead isn't gonna work either.
That would depend on if the giant skeleton ball counts as one giant creature or many multiple creatures formed together.
I am going to say, yeah, can I do an insight check to see what the heck a turn undead might do to this?
You can, yes.
Alright, so what would that be under, probably?
We'll go for religion for you. Why not? Let's make it easy.
Sure.
While in the
Six.
horrible
I
skeleton
can't-
ball.
I don't know how to religion.
You don't know. You
Well,
fig...
you're inside the giant skeleton ball.
Maybe you'll destroy the skeletons immediately around you. Maybe there'll be a dense effect because there's so many and it's such a necromantic... Actually, to be fair, she's not drawn inside. She's drawn onto the surface.
Ah,
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Sure. I'm just gonna try to turn undead. So yeah, we'll just go with turn undead.
Let's see here. I think it's wisdom. Yeah. It does have advantage. 15. What's your DC?
DC is where is it on the?
Just click your spell book.
Oh
and
yeah,
see
it's
it.
on the spell book. Yeah, I keep forgetting it's on the spell book. 15.
It passes.
Fuck.
And since that's your
What
action,
about every?
so you can't escape
what-
right now, you have entered somewhere
the
very
bone
specific.
zone.
Correct?
Well, what about the other thing too?
Whatever thing.
The other undead thing.
the
Oh, the
Blazer
Displacer Beast. Good point.
Yeah. Although, by the way, I'm out like a light too now, so I mean.
Oof. Yeah, it runs away, but you're also now unconscious. So on its turn, I don't think it's going to run away. Castalia, both the wizards are down. One of them
Yes.
is in a big pile of skeletons.
Yes. Oh boy.
If you're wondering, powerful undead generally get turn undead resistance.
Yeah.
So it's
And
not
we
just
still
something I
have the
whipped up,
skeleton.
it's got precedence.
And we still have the skeletal archer line.
I mean,
First, I'm moving here. So I can get in range of the Displacer Beast.
Mhm.
And give it some smacks. One big problem at a time. Thank you.
there we go, there's a hit. As you do a cool 11 damage. As a zombie, the poison does not work inside its system.
I figured that. Okay, now. Damn it.
Out of range for zapping him?
No, I only get 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah.
I was seeing if something else was an action. But, you know what? Skeleton up there, he can take, what is it? 4 damage? Yeah, he takes 4 damage.
He does.
Yeah, and he just takes 4 damage.
Yep.
But that's all I can do on my turn.
Cornelius,
I hate that half of my stuff is all actions.
doing well. You've managed to suck some of the blood back inside you. It's the turn of the skeletons. Let's see, I think they're all at disadvantage on this one, except maybe one. And they're going to try and shoot at Zarzul, who is hiding behind a rock, and therefore quite difficult to hit. Ow.
Bless you.
Let's see, so that's
Yeah, those-
those.
right.
That's those two. Okay. 5 more. There we go. 1 hit on Zarzul. Well, actually, no. What's your AC?
18.
Yeah, so your AC would be 20. They don't hit. Arrows just
Thank
ping off
God.
the stones around you.
I'm at 2 health points at the moment.
Oh, how very sad for you. Isn't that right, Rain? How so very, very sad.
I may
Say things like
actually
that and
wind
I
up
won't.
killing them today. Well,
You
not-
probably will.
Oh boy. Unfortunately, we're gonna leave on this cliffhanger.
Oh, fuck.
Cornelius is down, so is Rain. Zarzul's almost dead. Siegfried's fine. Castalia is pretty much okay.
Well, I haven't updated the actually is. I should do that now.
Shit.
There we go. Still fine.
I think we've learned a valuable lesson today. First off, putting Fireball on a villain is very tragic. 2, spacing people, spacing.
I was spaced.
But, we've been 3 hours now, so we'll get back at this next week. When
And-
some of the party may in fact die.
Oh, and Alera just came into the stream.
Adventure and death. And Raxis.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I made that spare character.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll pick up once they get to Cedar Nove and then start their journey towards Raxis. But for now, we'll be back next week. Any issues? People showing up next week?
No, but I'll be fine for it.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I should also be there.
Should be good.
Hopefully, Welcome will
Look.
be alive.
And I mean, with the way things are going, I mean, it just fits up perfectly in the schedule because next week I won't be there, and neither would I be in the game anyway because I'm dead.
Well,
boy.
well, someone likely could cast a heal spell on you. I mean, a ranger is still up, and I think he has a healing.
Yeah, he's a cleric.
You know, the rogue might sidle around and shove a healing potion down your gob.
Yeah, you do have
Yeah,
potions. You
that's
have
also-
resources.
That was the reason why I bought that crate full of healing potions that hopefully people took a few.
No, they're all back in the wagon. Troop's been
I
sipping
know
at them
I've got
now and
4
again.
potions on me at the moment.
But we'll get back to this next week. Holy fuck.